Hello, thanks for visiting this video. In this video, I'm going to explain how we can record and playback as a first script in TestProject. So for that, you should log into your TestProject account. So in my case, I have logged into my existing account. Once you're logged in, the very first step is, so you should create a project. Okay, so project automation project. So we'll have its own project structure to store your test and automation test suites and the web elements. So we have to create a test project. So first time, so create test project. So give a project name. So give some description. So click create. You can see that now the new project has been created with the project components. So okay, so if you look at the project components, so you can see project name here. So you can add team members into your project by giving their email IDs. So if you're working in a company, or maybe the people are working global in a different location, just give their email IDs, and so you can add those team members into this particular project. So they will have access to only this particular project. Okay, so like you can see that, so newly created project has tests component where you can store all your test here, and elements, so where web elements, all the elements we interact with the applications will be stored here, and applications folder where you can have applications links informations. So web, if it is Android, iOS, probably you can club a combination of these, and you can store those applications information. Could be URLs, links, and API endpoint, something like that. Okay, so and data source, so of course automation test will have a data source linked to each test. Those information you can store it here. Basically you can store CSV files which are linked with test, and also parameters. So you can add all the parameters which you're going to use across your tests within your project. So those parameter details you can store in the parameters folder. Okay, so now the very first step, let's add applications URL, because so we need application URL to start our test, isn't it? So in my case, I'm going to use sample project Blaze demo. So in your case, you can use whichever application you would like to start with. I'll take this base URL of this particular sample application and take add an application. Since it is web-based application, I select web, click next, and give application name and URL, finish. Yeah, so application has been added. So you can add multiple application details here. So in my case, so only one endpoint URL is enough to start with. Next step is go to test and click on new test. So or create test. Okay, so I create first test by selecting the type of test. Now I'm going to create a web application test. So I'll select web. If it is mobile apps, you can select mobile app, and also if it is handwritten code, as a test project support for C# and Java SDKs. If your test has been written using those framework, you can upload by using code option here. Okay, so in my case, web application, select and give I just give a maybe register user. It's a test detail, it's a test name I'm giving, so you can add some more descriptions here. Click next and select application. So this is the application which we have stored under applications here, right? So since we have stored only one URL, so you can see that the given name is displaying here. Select this, click next, and record. Or if you're trying to edit existing test, you can choose edit or blank test. Okay, if you would like to add manually. So in my case, I'm going to use record. Start testing. So make sure before start testing you should have agent is up and running. In my case, it's up and running, so this should be up and running. Otherwise, this particular window which you're seeing now, it won't open. Okay, so once so record window has been opened with the sample application, then you are ready to start your recording. Okay, so recording a window has got a kind of a UI where you can see element locators. By using that, you can locate elements by writing XPath, IDs and names, different details. So anyway, we can talk about this in detail in further videos. So now you can see very first step, navigate to application. Since we selected application, we came to this point, so it's been navigated. Application has been navigated here. So when you highlight, when you mouse over on any of the UI elements, so you can see the UI elements, the way, so you're trying to highlight, so that is getting highlighted here. That means the object, the UI elements are recognizing using the recorder. Okay, this is a very useful feature. Go to any of the UI element. For example, let me go to find flights and double click shift button on your keyboard. So it gets that particular button get freeze and it gives some more details. You can see what actions you can perform on this particular web element. In this case, it's a button. So you can do click, get text, type text, and also you can add a lot of other add-ons. So displaying here. So all these actions we can use it. So anyway, so we can see this in details further in further videos. Validations, you can see these many validations you can perform on this particular web element, attributes of that particular web element here, XPath, and also you can get this element locator details into element locator and you can modify it. So a lot of things you can do while record and playback. So in TestProject, record and playback is not just record and playback, so you can do many things. Okay, you can save elements, you can get attribute details and actions, you can add add-ons which are related to actions, and you can expand your test world recording itself, and also you can do data driven as well. That's anyway we can see in the future videos. So in my case, what I'll do, just click on escape somewhere here, and just I'm going to start my registration user. Click on register, and I can see at the left side, so whenever I'm trying to interact with UI elements, those steps are recording here. So click on register link. You can see all the information, captured information here. The step is step details, which is readable English sentence is writing here, and you can add comments and also elements. So in this case, TestProject tool itself, it is writing this as XPath. Still, you can evaluate that. You can find that okay, so that element is working. If you want to modify, click on this and you can modify that XPath, or maybe you can change the selector locator type. So all these modification you can do while recording itself. Okay, it's a really brilliant feature. I can give some details here. Hari and test email, test. I'm just giving random details here, and click on register. Since it is test application, you don't see any action on the web page. So in a real applications, you will have a different workflow. So after registrations, you can perform that. So mainly what you can observe here, all the steps you're interacting with the web application, all the steps are recorded. Okay, so all those steps you can expand, you can really modify those steps however you want it while recording itself. Okay, once recorded, once you're happy with these steps, pause recording and close this window. So your test will be saved automatically. You can see that. So this is the test which you have just recorded now, and click on again. It goes to the same window with that. So here you can see all the steps. Okay, so again, if you want to modify this, just click on record. So it goes to again the recording mode with the already existing steps. Yeah, so all these steps already existing in that particular steps, you can record from here. Okay, so this is how you can modify already recorded steps. So let's go back, click and close this. You go back to Project Explorer and select this. Now if you want to run this, let's say you want to run and see how it's going to work. So there's a run button. Also there's an edit, which we have seen that how to edit. You can delete that selecting, and also you can copy this project into different project. You can do that, move different folders and change the input parameter. There are multiple options. You can generate code. This is really interesting feature. You can generate if you want to expand this particular test using coding, to different modification and however you want it in your project. So you can, if you're using Java SDK, you can use Java option here. If it is C#, you can generate them. You can start expanding that test. Okay, this is really nice feature. Okay, let me execute this test to see how it works. Now it's asking, okay, which agent should be selected. Okay, in my case there's only one agent. So in my machine, and select browser type. So I'm going to use Chrome, which is really mostly I'm going to use most of the time, and click next, and application URL which is already been given, and click run. Now you can see that browser is opened and all the steps we recorded and it's performing through TestProject has been done really quick. It's really fast, right? So you can see there's one more new icon came. Just to see your dry run report, it gives very nice report. It captures the date and time when it was executed on which particular browser, and how much percentage is successful of this test. In this test, now it is 100% executed, all steps are passed. And also you can download a result into PDF format, and you can see all the steps information here. Okay, so each steps inside you can see so how much time it has taken to perform that action, so all those informations. So it is really detailed report, you get it. That's how you can record and playback. Yeah, so that's about record and playback. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and share with your technical network. Thank you.